And then let's just start to move nice and easy. Inhale the knees over your feet, and you can still exhale out the mouth as you drape the legs to the left side. And then inhale and bring them back through center. And exhale out the mouth once more. Legs go to the right, head goes to the left. And then inhale back through center. Next time, exhale out the nose. Legs to the left, head to the right. Inhale back through center. 3 more like that, please. Breathing in and out of the nose. And just noticing how the body is responding to this gentle little practice that we quite often begin with. For example, my body was like, nah, I'm gonna exhale out my mouth with that last one. Come on back through center. Walk your feet back towards each other now. Let's go about hip distance, arms down along at your sides. And with the next inhalation, please take the arms up and over your head. And exhale, take the fingertips back up to the sky. The arms around and down by the hips. Do it just like that one more time. Hips still on the earth. Inhale, reaching up and over, just stretching out. And exhale, fingers to the sky. The arms around and down. Let's add our bridge pose now. Inhale, lift the hips and the hands, rolling your way up. And exhaling our way back down again. Will you please do that 3 to 4 more times? At this point, if it's comfortable, breathing through the nose, linking together movement and breath. Good morning, Donna. I'm going to go ahead and mute you as well. We're on our mats, just settling in, please. Perfecto. Up and down your spine. And after you've done about 5, let's go ahead. Again, just linking your movement to your breath. After 5 bridge poses, 4 to 5, then we'll hug our knees into our chest. Give the legs a squeeze. And then gently set the left foot back down onto the floor. Let's take the right leg up, keep a bend in the knee, and just move your wrists and your ankle around a couple of times. See if you can get them all to go in the same direction. And then release right foot to the mat, and we'll do the same thing for the left foot. Taking the left foot up and circling the wrists and the ankles. I'm marveling at my adorable Christmas socks. It's the little things in life. And then go ahead and set that left foot down. Let your feet go back out wide and your knees together. And then last thing before we come off our backs for now, clasp the hands, turn your palms up to the sky and give a few figure 8s, just checking in with how the upper back feels this morning. Again, best we can, we might be breathing through the nose, but at the beginning of the practice, sometimes that sigh feels good. Just be aware of the breath. And then after you change direction one more time, we'll go ahead and finally take the arms up and over the head with that clasp in the hands. So I'm turning my palms to the space behind me, stretching out. If your back is achy today, you might keep your knees bent. Otherwise, stretch one leg out and then the other. So we're just stretching the whole body out, giving ourselves a good morning stretch. Deep breath. And then hug the right knee in. Bring the hands around the shin or the knee for a breath. Right hand holds the right leg. Take the left arm over the head and stretch out that side a little longer. Push your left foot forward. Deep breath in, and then exhale. We'll return left hand and left knee to each other. Then take your right arm over your head and your right leg long on the mat. Deep breath, nice full stretch. Push that right foot forward, another breath in. And exhale, bring the right hand and the right knee together again, and then rock side to side. And And then hands behind your knees will rock forward and back. And then rocking yourself up, come to your hands and your knees. Spread those fingers out wide and let's work with our up down cat. Just take a few at your own pace, exhaling to round the spine and inhaling to open the front body. All right, and then we're going to inhale, upward facing cat. Exhale towards an 8-point pose. So just lower your chest. You might go 2 inches down. Maybe you're a couple inches from the mat. And then inhale, push back up, up cat, and exhale, round to down cat. Inhale, up cat. Elbows go straight back as you lower the chest down in a back bend. Inhale, push up. Oh, the second one's always hard for me. Round. Inhale, up cat. One more time. 8-point or towards it. I'm just going to go halfway this time because my triceps are like, oh, good morning. Inhale, back up. And then round your downward facing cat. Inhale, neutral spine, and exhale, push back, child's pose. Nice long spine here. Stretch it out a breath. Deep breath in and out. And then inhale, please come across the hands, the knees, curl your toes under. Let's press back, down dog, and enjoy a few breaths there. If necessary, remove your Christmas socks. I got to get some Christmas socks that are yoga socks, I guess, for the next couple days. And then after another breath, let's go ahead, please. Return the knees to the earth. This time, take the knees wide, toes together. Press back for a wide child for a couple breaths. And while you're in there, just gently move your tailbone, or you can think of moving your sitting bones. So I'm moving the base of my spine a little bit side to side. Another breath. And then you can just rock back through center. Let your head go heavy in center. Return to the hands and the knees, bringing the knees back to hip distance and pressing back to our down dog again, please. We'll come to a ragdoll forward fold. Hang over your legs for a few breaths. And then taking a half fold on our inhale. And going back to a ragdoll exhale. Halfway up, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, bend those knees deeply so you can let the spine round. One more like that. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, round the spine. Now gently nod your head a couple times, really release the neck. And once the chin is tucked into the chest the next time, we'll leave it there and bring the hands to the thighs and start to roll your way up, inhaling. Taking time and as many breaths as you need, of course. At the top, we'll reach up. And then take the arms forward, out, and down. Let's step towards the front of the mat if you ended up towards the middle or the back like I did. Bring the palms together. Exhale. And inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale to forward fold. Hands to the earth or your blocks. We're just going to step that left foot back for a lunge. And then rock our lunge up and down a couple of times. Hips rocking back as we inhale. And the knee bending deeply as you exhale. Right leg lengthens, hips float up, inhale, and sink them down, exhale. One more. Exhale, bend the knee, look forward, step the left foot up, and then take the right foot back. Same thing. Inhale, rock back. And exhaling to lunge. One more. How about one more rock like that? And then this time, please look forward, exhale, step to the front of the mat. And then let's take a half fold and forward fold. And then hang out there for a breath. Stay one more with a long exhale. So let's come up halfway again. And then step your left foot back. We'll find that lunge. In fact, let's put the left knee down for a moment and let the body come up. Right hand, right thigh. Inhale, take your left arm up. As you exhale, bend your elbow and touch your right shoulder. Inhale, left fingers to the sky, look up. And exhale, look down and touch your spine with the left fingers. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, let's touch the left shoulder blade. Keep the hand there, look up, point your elbow further back. Inhale, free both arms up. And exhale, hands to the mat. Let's go ahead, actually, left hand down. Let's twist to the right while we're still here with the knee on the earth. Another breath, and then option, of course, to pick that knee up and push the left leg back. Deep breath in and exhale, bring the arm around and down. Let's step forward. Take our half fold again. And a full fold or a rag doll. And take another slow, full breath. Right, and then let's go ahead and step that right leg back. Knee to the mat. Left hand, left thigh, take the right arm up. And exhale, we touch the right shoulder first. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, touch the spine, look down. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, right hand to right shoulder blade. Keep it there and look up, point the elbow back. Take the arms, let's go both arms up, inhale, and hands back down to the blocks or the mat. Stepping forward again, half fold, and take the hands around behind the back and fold. Several breaths here. Let's inhale here, and as you exhale, lower your hands and your hips, setting up a chair pose. Inhale to lift the body. Take a seat. Push to standing again. Inhale. And exhale right back to a forward fold. Halfway up. Take your left foot back, please. Warrior one. Bring the body up. And let's do the variation where we inhale and lengthen our right leg, lower the arms forward, out, and down. They even go back a bit. And then exhale, sweep the arms forward up as you bend the knee. Inhale, lean back. We lift our ribs off of the waist. Exhale, bend the knee, leave the ribs lifted, belly's engaged. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Now we'll inhale and exhale right here. And inhale again, and as you exhale, bend your elbows, touch your opposite shoulder blades. Reach up, inhale, look up. Exhale, do it again. You can lower the chin to look forward or down. And then one more time, reach up, look up. And exhale, touch the opposite shoulder blades. Stay there, move the elbows back. Then free up the arms, bring the hands down and step back, please. You could be going towards your chaturanga or for an up-down cat. For those of you that are working with blocks, you might play with up-down cat with your hands on the blocks at some point. Just allows us to get a little bit more movement in the upper back. Another option, Caroline, if you want to come down onto the pads of your fingers, so lift up onto the heels of the hand, or the fingertips rather, lift the heels of your hands. Yeah, and give an up-down cat like that. Strengthening the fingers, the wrists, moving the upper back. Good, and then we're gonna meet back together again in warrior one on the other side. You might have a child or a down dog. Or a chaturanga to move through. But then when you're ready, we're bringing, let's see, this other leg forward. It's LB yoga, guys. Whichever side you didn't do, let me check. I think it's your left leg. Yeah. And then we inhale and lengthen the front leg, lower the arms, lift your chest. And exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, lean back. Remember, it's going to be about lifting your ribs off of your waist. Keep the belly engaged to leave them there as you bend the knee. And do that again. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. Keep the lift of the heart as you bend the knee. We inhale right there. And as you exhale, you can lower your chin and touch the opposite shoulder blades. And then inhale, reach up again. Exhale, lower the chin. Notice which forearms in front. You're going to reverse that. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, touch the opposite shoulder blades. We stay, move the elbows back, lift the chest again, deep breath. Free the arms. Exhale, let's step back. And find center for you. Centering the body, centering that balance of energy between alertness and relaxation. Center the breath, take another. Right. And then let's go ahead, please, and meet back together, right foot forward. And we will take a high lunge or a low lunge. Either way, the left knee is going to be bent. So you could have that knee on the mat or lifted. Bring the body up. Exhale, bend the elbows. This time opening the chest, bending the arms out to the sides. And then reach up, inhale. And do that one more time. Now, as you inhale, reach your arms back and out. And then bend the elbows. And do that one more time. Reach back and exhale. Then we'll reach up and bring the hands down to the floor. Pause. Take another breath here. And then if your knee was lifted or lowered, rather, go ahead and lift it. We're going to walk our hands out in front of us. So this is where the knee is bent enough to have the hands on the earth under your shoulders. Let's bring the spine up towards a warrior three variation. Right hand might come to the heart. Both hands might come to the heart. Arms could also be floating. And we go to a forward fold. Bend your knees. Take your half fold and a full fold or a ragdoll. And breathe. Two more breaths, lengthening the exhale after your balance work. And then we'll go ahead and frame that left foot. Step the right foot back. Bend the knee to the mat or just above it and come up. High lunge, low lunge. They both really emphasize a back bend, right? Reach up and bend the elbows to the sides. Reach up, inhale. And exhale, bend the elbows. This time, reach up and back. Inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows. Even more. Open the chest. And bend the elbows. Reach up. Bring the hands to the mat. Pause for a breath or two. Make sure that the breath is really nice and full before you bring your fingertips to the earth in front of your left foot or blocks in front of the left foot. And then the spine, rather than being forward, we lift it up more and more towards parallel with the earth. You could leave your right hand on a block and bring your left hand to heart. Or you could go with both hands. Moving towards warrior 3. And exhale, bend both knees. We forward fold. Halfway up again. And then take it back, please. Down dog table. Chaturanga or child. Reset, recenter. Deep breath. One more. Let's take right foot forward, warrior 2. Now you're welcome to take traditional warrior 2, or if anyone wants to do the kneeling version, remember we always have this variation as well. So either heel to knee or heel to arch. Reverse. Lengthen out your right leg. Keep leaning back, making space on that right side. We're setting up a triangle pose. So we can inhale here and then look forward, shift your hips way out to the left as you reach forward and the hand comes down towards the shin. Let's inhale and come back up again. Go in 2 more times. Exhale, let your hips go to the left. Inhale, coming up. And one more time, going back in again. Exhale. Let's take a deep breath in here. Let the body come back up. And then hands to the mat, please. Set back. And play. There's lots of different things we've been working with, right? Chaturanga, doing up, down, cat on blocks with the 8-point pose has been kind of my favorite thing. My upper spine has been tight. Recommend this one. Whatever it is that you need to do to find center, enjoy that for another breath. And then we'll be taking our left foot forward when you're ready. Warrior 2, kneel or stand. Body lifts. Good. Beth, watch your left knee. It's trying to roll in on you. Move it to your little toe. Good. Reverse. We're going to lengthen out that front leg now and lean even further back. Making space on the side to take with us. We'll inhale, then lift the body, and exhale, reach your hips to the right as the left arm reaches forward before down. Come up again. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, reach way out over the leg before you bring the arm down. And then one more time, we'll lift. And exhale our way in. This time, let's stay and breathe. One more breath, and then use your inhale to come back up to warrior two. And your exhale brings the hands down onto the mat again. Step back. And create symmetry between right side and left. In breath and out. Alertness and relaxation. One more. And then let's go ahead, please, and bring your, let's go with right foot forward again. And we're going to play with our, let's come to a, well, first we're heading towards a twisting triangle. Spoiler alert. We're going to hang out in a, what is this? Pyramid pose. My brain was not working there for a sec. So hips squared forward, right leg forward. Your choice, guys. You can go with hands on the earth, or if you're feeling really strong there, go ahead and you can bring your hands around behind your back for a few moments. Chin stays tucked. I notice my right knee wants to lock. Try not to let your right knee lock. Leg is long. I had to put my hands down and unlock my knee. Silly little leg. There you go. If you did take the hands behind you, go ahead and bring them down now. And if you're uber flexible and you're all the way over your right leg, our intention is to actually bring our spine up to parallel with the earth now. So that's why you might want to come up on blocks or move to a nearby couch. So I'd like us to have our left hand in a position where we can literally have our spine parallel to the earth. For me, one block on the side is going to do the trick, but on tighter days, remember this version where you turn your blocks like this, low and then high? See how that might actually feel good. We're going to go ahead and place the left hand under the left shoulder, right hand on the low back. Spin your navel to the right, and the right hand's there to help you try not to let that hip go spinning out to the side. Right arm might fan up once you get in there. Nice. If you're reaching up, spread those fingers wide. Beautiful lines, you guys. Fill that with breath. It's a lot, right? Take another deep breath in, and then exhale, release around. We're going to come up halfway and then go back into that pyramid. Let the twist release out of the spine. And then Donna, I want you to skip this next step today on both sides. So we're going to do standing splits. And it's a little bit much if you've got an injury in your hamstring. Otherwise, you can stand on your right leg. Reach your left leg to the sky. Right hand might come behind your right calf. Bend your knees and place your feet side by side. Take a half fold and a full fold. And breathe. With your hands, you can wrap them around your legs or set them on the earth or bring them behind the back. So let's go ahead and make contact. So the fingers are touching something, your body or the earth. Grounding down. with a long exhale. And then we can lift up halfway. Let's frame our left foot. Take the right foot back. Spine nice and tall. And we'll come over the left leg, pyramid pose. Again, hands can stay down or reach behind you. They could rest on the back or lift. Watch out for locking the back of that front leg. I'm gonna have to bend my knee today to remind it. No, I'm gonna take my hands down. I think it's balancing. It's just too much for this little cold leg. This leg that occasionally horseback rides sometimes. Oh, sweet little leg. All right, guys. Another breath. Put your hands down if they're lifted. And then if the body's way forward over the leg, lift the spine all the way up to parallel with the earth. Right hand onto the block or couch. Left hand on the hip. Spin to the left, but don't let the pelvis go with you. You're spinning navel around. Reaching the arm to the sky as an option. Nice. Breathe. Beauty, beauty, beauty. It's a big pose. Fill it with another breath. And then gently release left arm around and down. We go back to a pyramid for a few breaths. And just make sure that you can get to a place where your exhale is super long. Before then, if you're going into your standing splits, you bend that left knee, make sure the leg's not locked before you stand onto it. Right leg to the sky. Left hand might come behind the left calf. Chin in. And then bend your knees, bring your feet side by side. Take a half fold. And then go back to your hands and your knees, please. We're going to take a puppy pose. So the hips will stay high. Chest comes down low. And then bringing the hands back underneath your shoulders and pressing back down dog or child. Taking chaturanga. We're moving in a way that's serving of your energy right now. One more breath, just centering. And then let's go ahead and make our way to sit. And you might want to sit to the long side of your mat so we can take our feet open wide. Just bringing them out to the sides. Finding center. And then we'll inhale to take the arms up. And as you exhale, we're just twisting right. Be aware of what happens to your left sits bone. Inhale back to center. And then as you twist to the left, be aware of what happens to the right sits bone. Inhale back to center. Be aware of your sits bones and your tailbone as you twist to the right. Inhale, unwind. And one more like that, twist into your left. Inhale, unwind. Now place your left hand on your left shin. Keep your right sitting bone grounding as you start to lean over to the left leg. Now the weight just came off my right sitting bone, so I'm going to put it back down. And bending your right elbow so that the elbow is over your shoulder. And then inhale, you can stretch the arm long. And exhale, bend the elbow. Maybe the hand goes back over the shoulder. Inhale, stretch. And exhale, bend. Keeping the left sitting bone down. Inhale, when you stretch, it might try to come up, right? Exhale, bend. And then one more time, stretching. And then you can keep the arm over there, right sitting bone down. Maybe the elbow wants to bend instead, but just take another breath. We're going to leave the body where it is. Reach your right arm up if it came down, and then just bring your right hand down in front of your left leg. You're turning over your left leg now. Come up halfway. Settle that right sitting bone down, and then come over the left leg, feeling the sitting bones. You might lift a little bit again before you fold all the way over. And best we can, are having our right sitting bone on the earth, and that allows for the stretch to go all the way down. For our QL muscles and deep back muscles, get a nice stretch in this. And then we're going to use our arms to help us up. So hands around your leg or on the leg, push yourself up. Unwind, and before you do the other side, just come forward and center, please. Notice how your sitting bones probably rolled right up off the earth. Maybe lift a little bit, put them down, come forward again. Another breath. And then use your arms to help you sit back up again. Sit nice and tall for a breath. And then let's slide the right hand to the right shin and maybe left hand on the left hip, just as a reminder as you tip over to the side. That left sitting bone is reaching down. Left arm to the sky. Exhale to bend the elbow. And then as you inhale, you can either stretch it over towards your right foot or up to the sky. And exhale, bend the elbow. Stretch it long. Left arm reaches. Nice, Kim. Exhale, bend the elbow. Beautiful. Couple more. Reach. And bend the elbow. And then one more reach. You might stay, or maybe you would prefer to bend the elbow and stay. But we'll have that left sitting bone reach a little more to the earth. And then keep the body where it is. Just reach your left arm to the sky. And then we turn our belly button towards our right thigh. Bring the hands down, frame the leg. Then lift the body just a little bit and exhale, bring the body over the leg a little more. Left sitting bone is grounding. Lift the body, inhale. Left sitting bone stays down as we fold over the right leg. And I mention it because it's easier to say than do. That sitting bone wants to pull up. You're not forcing it, just awareness. The more you allow it to sink down to the earth, the more you're going to get the deeper stretch for the back. No matter what you're doing here, you're stretching the muscles all along the spine, right? But if you keep that left sitting bone down, we get into this quadratus laborum area that no one likes to talk about. Kind of deep in here on the side body, under the flank and close to the spine. One more breath, and then let's go ahead, please, and use our hands for support to press ourselves up. Unwind, and then tip it forward once again. Come forward, feel those sitting bones, put them down. Come a little further forward. Put them down. Last forward fold for our practice today. Settle in. And then we start to shape the breath again. Let's lengthen our exhalations a little bit more while you're here. Good idea, Donna. One more breath here. Long exhales, long as it can be. And then just easy breaths. Assist with the arms to come back up. And then let's go ahead and just sit easy, whatever that means for you. And let's just do a little bit for our neck before we come onto our backs. First, roll the shoulders a little bit, free them up, forward, back. And then let's do our massage of the, Heather, I don't know that you've done this trick. So we have to do the trick. Hands on the lap, look over your left shoulder, was twisting the neck, and notice an easy place to rest your eyes where there's focal point and you're not straining. and then unwind. Now we get to all have the joy of seeing how we can free it up. We squeeze in between the thumb and the index finger, your right hand. And then we go to the ear, this massage that we quite typically do after practice. Do it now. Top of the ear up, middle ear out, earlobe down, and then little circles down the side of your neck. And then little circles under your right collarbone. And then the last step is to just give another squeeze to this fleshy area between the thumb and the index. Shake the hands out, replace them on the lap, and exhale, turn your head to the side and see if you have a little bit more freedom or a lot. Another breath. Let's unwind that, reach our arms up. Isn't that fabulous, Heather? Exhale, now twist around to the left side and gently look over the shoulder. Now you're not going to force your neck any further, but we will lift our spine up a little more and just the navel center, move the navel around a little further, and then lift maybe your collarbones off of your rib cage and move the shoulder around a little further. Then inhale to unwind. Let's reverse the cross of the legs. Give a nice moment to sit and then just do a check to the right side. This is my tighter side by far. Inhale, unwind. First step is the squeeze of the flesh between the thumb and the index finger, up and down. The more you do, the more you're going to get freedom, but that's step one. Second step is the ear. So if you've got one side that's really tight and you're doing this again, you can spend more time with that energy point before you do the ear. And then down the side of the neck. And that's obviously really tight. Sometimes for me, it's just very gentle movements there. And then under the collarbone, little circles. All of these are really energetically sensitive areas. So they're tied into referred pain points, other tension areas, right? And then we squeeze. And fingers again, shake, replace hands, and give the neck a little bit more of a twist. Oh, yes. Unwind it. And then we'll inhale, reach the arms up, and then twist the whole body around to your right. Lift your rib cage off your waist. Don't strain the neck, but do move your navel further to the right. And then lift the top of the ribs off the bottom ribs and gently move your shoulder around a little further. Take a breath. And then use your inhale to unwind. And I think I said before it was our last forward fold, but I was kidding because this is our last forward fold. We're coming forward one more time, and you're going to choose if you want to send your legs out straight in front of you or bring the soles of your feet together. But just one more. Coming forward, and if you have your feet together, you all know very well how to take care of your spines. If you want to round them, just remember you're using your arms to come back up. There's different benefits, of course, to hinging forward versus rounding. Fine, but both of them put us in a space that unwinds the twist a little bit more. So either variation, releasing the body forward for another breath. And then maybe help from the hands to come back up. And then gently, please bring the legs back together or make your space onto your back body. Please take your time to come down, grab any blankets that you might need or anything for Shavasana when we get there in a little bit. So we're not coming back up again. Give the legs a hug. Rock side to side. And then after a couple of rocks, we're just start to let the knees move away from each other. And we're moving towards a happy baby pose. So just breathing your way in. Continue to move a little bit in the pose or a lot. And then we're going to rock back through center and take a hold of your feet or your toes. And as you inhale, lengthen your legs just as far as they'll go. And then as you exhale, bend your knees back down into a happy baby pose. So we inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, bend the knees towards the floor on either side of the ribs, and do that once again. Inhale, lengthen, feet towards the sky, and exhale back into your happy baby. And then we're going to bring the soles of the feet together over the body, the hands around the outer edge of your feet, and gently reach your toes towards the earth behind your head. Towards is fine. Head might actually lift up, and see about putting the feet behind it. And then gently releasing. We'll bring our knees back together, and then just let the legs stay together for a few circles in one direction and then in the other. And then come on back to center, set the left foot down. Let's actually place our right ankle on our left thigh for the figure 4 first. And then just let your legs sway side to side. So you're rocking the left foot to the outer edge and then the inner edge. And let's go a little further each time, so the legs start to move towards the floor a little bit more on the left side of the body especially. And how about next time we'll bring them all the way over, and you can place the sole of the right foot down on the earth or a block. You can leave the legs where they are, or if you feel like the stretch needs to be somewhere else, you can try moving your left leg more towards the space behind your head. It brings the right leg along, of course. And or remember, you can always take your left hand to your right ankle or shin and guide that a little bit closer to your left hip, moving it up the left thigh. And so you can find your way into a stretch that feels good to breathe in. Well, big stretch right now. So make sure you're not forcing. You might back out a little bit. If the breath feels labored, definitely back out a little bit so you can get a full breath in. One more. And then we're going to use your next inhale to unwind. You hug both legs for a sec in the figure 4, but then eventually we're going to set our left foot down and take a half happy baby with the sole of the right foot towards the sky. So left leg, you can keep the knee bent and drop the foot out to the side with the left outer edge on the floor, or you can bring your left knee to your left hand, and just like you were opening your left inner thigh out to the side, but now your foot is off the floor. You can check out the screen if you're not sure. I think it articulated that a little strangely, but it's half happy baby. The left leg is just variations to keep our low back nice and easy. Stay for another breath. And then gently bring our legs back towards each other, please. We'll bring our knees back towards each other. And before you do the other side, set your feet down. Reach your left arm over your head. You're going to roll over to the left. Keep rolling until you come to your belly. Scoot so you're on your mat. And take a half frog with your right leg out to the side now. Intention, of course, is when the body is resting here, it's not about a big stretch. It's first just to get the body to relax here. Let your head be heavy. And you might spend the full minute just allowing or inviting your musculature to relax into this posture. Other variations. If your back is feeling healthy today, you can come up into a Sphinx variation with the right knee out to the side. It can be a lovely stretch. And or you can take that right hand back for your left foot. You can do the stretch lifted or bring your head back down to the mat, bringing your left heel towards your left glute. And then after another breath, if you did take that left foot, just gently release it down onto the mat. Let's slide our right leg down by the left and come up into a Sphinx with both legs behind you. Then come down, bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Actually, I take that back. Let's bring legs out wide. So we're going to take our legs out. So we the variation where our elbows are still under our shoulders. We're going to take our heels in, our toes out, and then hold on to the opposite elbow. Let your head hang down. Just give the upper spine another opportunity to relax, traction, the weight of the head, lengthening the spine. When you inhale, your belly should actually push down into the mat with ease. Another breath, and then slowly roll the head back up. Let the body come back down. Move your right leg back into alignment so your heel's in line with your right hip. And then we'll slide our left leg out to the side. I'm going to reverse our flow here. So starting with the half frog on this left side, you can relax and stay here. Or maybe you like that half Sphinx. So coming up into Sphinx with the left knee out to the side. And or a left hand reaching back for your right heel. Body might come back down if it came up to find the foot. If you took the right foot, gently release it back down. Let's slide our left leg back down. And this time with your feet side by side or about hip distance. One more Sphinx pose, please. Elbows underneath you or a little bit out in front of you. And then remember this action of pulling back rather than pushing. You could pull first to lift the body if you like to come up a little higher. And then we'll come down and make our way actually up through an up and down cat before you come onto your back one more time. Let's round the spine, releasing all of that. And then one more, if you hadn't done it yet, do it. Come onto the pads of your fingers and strengthen your wrists and your fingers. Push the pads of the fingers round into a down cat. Push as you come to an up cat. And one more time round. Neutral spine, push back. Easy child's pose. And then we'll return to the back of the body. And you're bringing your left ankle up and over your right thigh and swaying your legs from side to side. And we might do a little hug of the legs in. And then eventually, right foot can be on the mat or it can actually be floating, letting the legs go over in the twist. The sole of your left foot eventually comes towards the earth. You might sway in and out of that a few times, of course. And then you can move a little deeper, quote unquote, deeper by moving your right thigh towards the wall behind you or your left ankle more towards your right hip. Jaw is soft. I'm reminding myself as much as you that sometimes less is more. I'm going to take myself out of the pose a little bit. Now my jaw's like, oh, okay, we can relax. Another breath wherever you are with it. And then we unwind when you're ready and take a half happy baby. Sole of the left foot to the sky. If the right foot's on the floor, you just come to the outer edge of your right foot. The knee falls to the side. And or you can leave the leg out there and return your knee and your right hand to each other. For another breath, half happy baby, and then finally we go back to full happy baby. Turn the sole of the right foot up. Take another breath, then maybe straighten the legs up, return to happy baby, and do that one more time. Before you release feet together, knees together, feet to the earth. And then you choose, your body may want to go into Baddha Konasana, or it may be asking for a twist. So taking your time to move through a reclining twist or a Baddha Konasana or both, and then feeling your way into your Shavasana, please. Take your time to move to rest. We are at the 10:30 mark. I apologize. It's having so much time in those hips. So if you do need to go, just give yourself a little bit of a rest here. Please at least allow the body to soften and center. And then know that I'm sending my love to you and wishing you well on your Saturday. If you can stay until 10:35, this Pacific Standard Time, we'll just go over a little bit more. So you know, I don't plan on teaching for another hour, but maybe closing the practice in the perfect way for you. And just wherever you are, having the intention of softening your face. One more time, completely letting go any expression that you need to of friendliness or whatnot that you carry on your face all day, and just really allowing yourself to, if you need to, your face can go into resting Grinch face. Resting Grinch face. Relax your jaw, relax the effort from your eyes, remind your mouth of the glory of not having to speak for another few minutes. Let your hands go. They don't need to hold your device or your job or your parent or child's hand. Your hands currently are being held by whatever they're resting on. And let your head do the same thing. Feel for the weight of the head and let it be heavy. And then go all the way down and soften your right inner thigh, your left inner thigh, and then feel for the pull of gravity on both calves and both feet. Once again, the feet are reminded that they get to be held for a moment. The legs from heels to hips, give them the cue that they're resting rather than carrying. Arms resting rather than holding. Trunk of the body and the head all soften. And for a moment, just sending a message of relaxation and calm to the brain, the one that lives in the head. And then let's go to the intelligence or brain at the heart center and at the navel center. And just for a moment, aware of those 3 points like 3 flames: midbrain, heart center, navel center, the intelligence of each of those centers lit and alive. We'll take a deeper breath. And as you fan those flames, you might start to notice there's one at the throat and one at the top of the sacrum. And then feel your whole spine. Take another deep breath, please. Feel the whole body, and then shift your fingers, your toes, and start to ease your way back. Swallow or Stretch. Maybe rest on your side. And then we'll come to sit together for just a minute to seal this practice in. Go ahead and rub the hands together, get that energy in them. Do one more massage for the ears. Now that we know how much this really does, massage the hands and then seal it all in at the heart. Bow your head down. And again, it's just this connection between, we talk a lot about the intelligence of our head, bowing to the intelligence of the heart, but also aware of that, the gut brain, right? Our inner intuition oftentimes. So we're bowing down to that and all of the intellect or intelligence rather that we carry that's beyond our intellect. And then, of course, coming right back to the heart, because each of us tend to lead from our heart. So it's from there that we bow to each other. Namaste. Have a beautiful, beautiful Saturday. May you be cozy. May not too many people have resting Grinch face, unless it's cute like mine.